Gentlemen, at this time we ask that you rise in honor of our graduates as they enter the arena. The students from the College of Graduate Studies. From the Dixie L. Levitt School of Business. Students from the Beverly Taylor Sorensen College of Education and Human Development. Students from the College of Engineering and Computational Sciences. The students from the College of Health Sciences. The students from the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. Students from the College of Performing and Visual Arts. The students from the Walter Maxwell Gibson College of Natural Sciences. Thank you. Please be seated. Southern Utah University is honored to have you be a part of our 126th annual commencement activities. The university is proud to host a number of special guests for this year's program. Please stand as your name is read and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all names have been read. Those seated on the platform this evening include, representing the state of Utah, Governor Spencer J. Cox. From the Utah State Legislature, Senator Evan Vickers and Representative Rex Shipp. Representing the Utah Board of Higher Education, Jeffrey Landward and Board Member Danny Ibsen. Our distinguished honorees, Jerry Anderson and Miles Killebrew. Southern Utah University President Mindy Benson. From the SUU Board of Trustees, Chair Jody Hart Wilson, Vice Chair Eric Schmutz, Trustees Coulter Bennett, Beverly Burgess, Darrell Eves, Marilee Eyre, Sidney Nacken, Katie Wankier, and Michael Wankier. Representing the Paiute Indian Tribe of Utah, Jerry Lafferty. This evening's marshal who led the procession with the SUU Mace is Matt Nickerson, the Executive Director of the Gerald R. Sherritt Library. Next, administrative officers of the university on the dais this evening, President's Cabinet members, Tiger Funk, Stuart Jones, Doug Newth, Shauna Mendini, Dr. Mary Pearson, Danica Suberbell, and Dr. Jared Tippett. University General Counsel Lucia Malloy, the President of the Staff Association, Matt McKenzie, and the President of the Faculty Senate, Scott Knowles. The 2025 University Valedictorian, Kimberly Winward. Participating in the program this evening will be student speaker Abbie Cochrane. We also welcome the deans from each college, Dr. Jean Boreen, Ken Hall, Dr. Bill Hayborn, Dr. Jeffrey Miller, Dr. Tony Oliver, Dr. Pamela Powell, and Michael Schmidt. The names of additional board members can be found on page 13 in your program. Now please join in welcoming all of our distinguished guests to Southern Utah University's 126th commencement ceremony. At this time, we ask all to rise. The posting of our colors will be completed by the SUU Army ROTC, and then the national anthem will be performed by two vocal performance majors. Lehi Moran, a vocal major performance major from Delta, Utah, and Lillian Gebs, a vocal performance major from Tooele, Utah. Arranged by Dr. Keith Bradshaw, and accompanied by the SUU Symphony Orchestra, directed by Adam Lambert.
Priesthood arms.
At the twilight's last gleam,
Ready, step. Right, face. Forward, march.
Thank you. Please be seated. This evening's processional music, the Liberty Bell March and the Washington Post March by John Philip Sousa, was performed by the SUU Wind Symphony under the direction of Dr. Adam Lambert. Now please welcome to the podium Mindy Benson, the 17th president of Southern Utah University, who will preside over these commencement exercises.
Oh, my T-Bird graduates, I love this sight. Makes me so happy to see your face. Good evening. Governor Cox, Commissioner Landward, Board Member Ibsen, honored guests, faculty, staff, proud parents, spouses, children, relatives, friends, but especially you, the members of our 126th graduating class of Southern Utah University. Welcome to Commencement 2025, your commencement. The bell tower tradition was meant to happen as the sun sets on your time at SUU, and wasn't it an extraordinary moment? Was. A special thank you to Dr. Adam Lambert and the Southern Utah University Wind Symphony for the beautiful processional music, and Lehi and Lillian for the beautiful rendition of our national anthem. Yes. We are thrilled to recognize 2,859 graduates today. We have 962 master's degrees, 1,932 bachelor's degrees, 277 associate degrees, and 127 certificates. Our 126th graduating class includes students from 41 countries, 47 U.S. states, where are you, Maine? And all 29 counties in Utah for the first time. Daggett County came through. The average age among you is 29. Our youngest graduate is an overachiever at 17. And our most mature proves that learning lives forever at 66 years old. Among you today is a graduate, Lehi Willard Jones, whose third great-grandpa helped to found SUU. Her great-grandpa helped to found SUU. 128 years later, she says she is happy to be graduating from that same school he helped found. How cool is that? We also have a number of veterans among us, particularly in our aviation program. And we have a brand new commissioning class of officers from our SUU ROTC. We give them a round of applause. I also want to recognize our outstanding faculty and staff. Thank you for all you do to get our students to this glorious day. It is now my pleasure to introduce our university's valedictorian, Kimberly Winward. Kimberly, will you please stand? Kimberly is from Orem, Utah, and she's graduating with a degree in interdisciplinary studies with emphasis in psychology and exercise science and a minor in Spanish. She has excelled academically while competing as a student athlete on the track team. She's a passionate member of the honors program, and her capstone research addressed mental health stigma among college athletes and was presented at a national conference. Windward credits her success to faith, time management, supportive professors, and her sister's guidance. I hope she's here tonight. She plans to pursue a master's degree in sports conditioning and performance at SUU, aspiring to coach high school sports and advocate for student athletes' mental health and well-being. Congratulations, Kimberly. Graduates, tonight we celebrate a moment of triumph, a milestone that marks years of hard work, growth, and determination. And what a moment this is. You dressed in your caps and gowns, your families beaming with pride, your classmates by your side. It feels extraordinary, and it is. You have reached your goal. Congratulations. But I want to share with you a few thoughts, not just about these big, memorable milestones, but about the smaller, quieter moments that maybe just seem ordinary. As you step into the next chapter of your life, remember Virginia Woolf observed, happiness isn't hiding in the extraordinary, it's woven into the ordinary. There are two songs which resonate with me. One is by my all-time favorite rock band, Queen. I'm a rocker at heart, I'm telling you. They have a song called These Are the Days of Our Lives, and they have a line that says, because these are the days of our lives, they've flown in the swiftness of time. Think about your college career and how quickly that's changed. The other is a song called Extraordinary Ordinary Days. Both remind us that even your most ordinary days are extraordinary. And some of your most ordinary will be the best moments of your lives. Ordinary days of our students working on their education turn into extraordinary lives of engagement in the workforce and phenomenal career opportunities. In these days, we are shaping future generations, leaders, and the very fabric of our communities. We are fortunate at SUU to be able to share in all of these moments with you. Reflect with me, if you will, on your ordinary and your extraordinary moments at SUU. These moments are in the laughter you shared with a roommate at 2 a.m., or maybe 3 or 4. Or on the quad at Forever Red. Maybe True T-Bird. How about walking through the bell tower with both trepidation and excitement on your first day at SUU? And the triumphant moment you just experienced going through the bell tower in your last moments on campus. It's watching your faculty member teach while in a suit, immersed in the swimming pool, teaching the physics of water, because that's how dedicated our faculty are. Yeah. It's in the walk across campus as the leaves change colors in the fall, cheering on our T-Birds in athletics, or the arts, activities, or in the classroom. It's in pulling all-nighters, or, let's be honest, procrastinating for that difficult test or paper you never imagined getting through, and guess what? You did it. And it's in this moment right here, right now, as you sit among friends who have become family, closing one chapter and opening another. The small, ordinary moments often hold the deepest joy. Don't rush past them. Let them fill you. And as you move through life, be the person who lifts others with love and kindness. Maya Angelou has shared one of the most powerful truths I've learned. People will forget what you said, even if you're a speaker on your commencement day. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. People won't remember your impressive title or the square footage of your office or even the car that you drive, but they will remember how you made them feel in that moment. The kindness you showed, the way you listened, the way you loved. So don't wait for happiness to be handed to you in a package labeled success. Happiness is right here, right now, and it is right before you. These are the days of your lives. Slow down enough to notice the sun warming your face. Smile at a stranger. Take time to call those who mean the most. Watch the sunset. Laugh. Forgive. Go truly live. Find joy in the ordinary moments, and your life will be richer than you ever imagined. Your future is bright, T-Birds, not just because of what you will accomplish, but because of who you will become in all the small, quiet, beautiful, extraordinary moments along the way. SUU Class of 25, go out and change the world. We cherish the moments and memories you've made with us at SUU. Carry these wherever you go. Remember, you always have a place here. It is always home, and we will continue to mentor and celebrate you. We love you. Congratulations. Soar high, my T-Birds. We will now hear a musical selection, Rocky Point Holiday, by Ron Nilsson, performed by our SUU Wind Symphony and directed by Dr. Adam Lambert. The class of 2025 will now be represented by one of you, Abbie Cochrane. Abbie is from Salt Lake. Abbie's got a fan club. Abbie is from Salt Lake and she's graduating with a Bachelor's of Fine Arts degree in musical theater. Please welcome Abbie Cochrane.
Graduates, esteemed faculty and staff, family and friends, I am honored and humbled to be standing before you today representing the Southern Utah University class of 2025. I commend all of my classmates and fellow graduates on this momentous accomplishment. Graduating from college is certainly nothing to sneeze at, and I am so privileged to be sharing this day with all of you very remarkable people. I know that this moment in this room right now is something each of you worked hard to earn. It is my hope that we all remember how we applied ourselves in college so that we may go beyond as we enter this next chapter of our lives. I've learned a lot in college, both in mastering my craft and discovering who I am, as I'm sure the rest of you have. Some of us may be on the same path we started on when we first walked under that bell tower. Others may have had a shift in vision and will pass under the bell tower once again with a new goal in mind, as we just did. I know I can say with confidence that my aspirations and my life have been changed for the better because of SUU and the lessons I learned here. I've also been changed for good by the people I've had the great blessing of calling friends, peers, and colleagues. I'm sure that all of you also have a network that you have met on your time on campus who have affected your life in many ways. After all, it is my belief that we learn something new from every person we meet. As I've gone through college, I've discovered a great admiration for the people I've surrounded myself with. It is so easy to find the qualities we revere within the people we care about, but why can it be so challenging to pinpoint the characteristics about ourselves that set us apart? I fear it would be in poor taste to the last 4 years I spent as a musical theater major if I didn't quote the eternally wise words of Meryl Streep. The 3-time Oscar winner said, "Put blinders on to those things that conspire to hold you back, especially the ones in your own head." More often than not, our insecurities are formulated in the deepest corners of our own minds and are some of the most ill-informed things we tell ourselves. There's a saying in the theater world that you are your own biggest critic, and trust me, it's true. Over the last 4 years, you may have felt foolish because a peer was more adept at a particular subject than you, or you may worry that the career path you've chosen isn't the one you're cut out for. Comparison, my friends, is not only the thief of joy, but the slayer of authenticity. Believe in the plans you have made, believe in the things you have learned, believe in the community you've built, and most importantly, believe in the power you have to make a difference. As three-time Grand Slam tennis player Arthur Ashe stated, start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. My fellow Thunderbirds, we have everything we need to go out there and make the difference that we not only need to make, but the impact we are destined to fulfill. The last production I was in here at SUU was The Secret Garden, and there's a song in the show called Hold On. The beginning lyrics of the song say, "When you feel the storm is coming, see the lightning part the skies. It's too late to run, there's terror in your eyes. Remember this old thing you heard me say, it's the storm, not you, that's bound to blow away." You are Thunderbirds. The storm is where you thrive. It is the lightning that fuels you and the thunder that makes you stronger. I promise you, you are best equipped to sail your own ship through the storm, and no amount of comparing yourself to the boats around you will make the endeavor any easier. We tend to polarize our successes and failures in relation to what the success of others looks like. When we do so, we weigh our ingenuity quite harshly based on our own narrow view. Success can be as simple as deciding to drink more water or spending time with a friend. It can be apologizing for saying something unkind or forgiving someone for a similar misstep. Success is all around you, all the time. We have seen it every day for the last 4 years. I mean, look at what has been asked of you every day throughout the entirety of your degree, and look at how gloriously you have succeeded. You have spent the last 4 years defining and redefining what success looks like to you, and looking back, it can be easy to focus on the hardships, but at the same time, look at the growth. That is the ultimate success. We came here to learn, and our understanding of personal success is exponentially more intricate and applicable now. After all, you can only see how high you've climbed once you've reached the summit, and you can only see how high you've flown once you clear the clouds. Today, let us clear the clouds away for a moment and look at this beautiful horizon ahead of us. Every day that we thought we wouldn't make it through, we survived. We spent our entire lives working towards this exact moment. Sometimes it may have felt like we were chasing a fantasy, but my dear friends, look around. It is not a fantasy any longer. It is real, it is happening, and it is all because of you and the work you put in to get here. To continue my streak of quoting Academy Award winners, Octavia Spencer said, "It's your turn to choose and define what success means to you. Now others will try to define it for you, but yours is the only voice that matters." Once you decide what success looks like moving forward, go after it. It may be scary, but no one has ever done anything great without being absolutely terrified. And don't wait either. There is never a convenient time to do something important. Find the opportunities that speak to you, that make your heart sing and your soul shine, and if you can't find those opportunities, invent your own. Dream something new every day and bring your dreams to life. They are your dreams. You know best how to make them happen. My friends, as we close out this brief yet tremendously formative era of our lives, it is my desire that you will trust yourself. Trust in the strength of your wings. Trust in the skills that you have spent 4 years sharpening and improving upon. And remember that any storm you face is a storm you are well prepared to weather. In closing, I would like to offer my sincere appreciation and gratitude to all the faculty and staff at SUU for their dedication in helping myself and this class of graduates soar on campus and beyond. Your efforts do not go unnoticed, and none of us would be here without any of you. To the people who spent the last 4 years studying alongside me and lifting me up, I am eternally grateful for your friendship, and I can't wait to see where you go next. And finally, to the Southern Utah University class of 2025, thank you. I may not know all of you, but I am astounded by the zeal and the courage with which you have faced the labor that not only comes from obtaining a degree, but evolving into the person you were always meant to be. Know that you have much more power than you could ever imagine. It has been the joy of a lifetime to be a part of the flock. As you spread your wings to depart this revered campus, remember that for you, the sky is not the limit, but merely the starting line. So, go do what you do best, and soar. Congratulations, my wonderful and phenomenal class of 2025, and thank you so much. Go T-Birds.
Thank you, Abbie, for that terrific message and phenomenal imagery. In public recognition of distinctive contributions, Southern Utah University confers honorary doctorate degrees upon those individuals who have been recommended by the Southern Utah University Board of Trustees under authorization of the Utah Board of Higher Education. Today we honor two individuals, Jerry Anderson and Miles Killebrew. Jerry Anderson's talent and matchless commitment to quality have made him an eternal element of Southern Utah University. He has helped SUU preserve and tell our story through all of the sculptures throughout our campus, including our revered Founders Monument.
Jerry Anderson is nothing if not a man of many facets. A successful businessman, pilot, musician, family man, community pioneer, and, perhaps most markedly, a grand contributor to the continuing historic and artistic life of many communities as well as of this institution. Indeed, he is recognized as one of the world's most talented sculptors, one whose work has graced sites from coast to coast and beyond to great acclaim for the realism and beauty of what he calls the eternal bronze. Work which marries the past with the future and unites communities and institutions with their shared history and ambitions. Born in Las Vegas, Nevada in 1935, he was raised in Manti, Utah, and spent much time traveling vast territory with his well-drilling father. Thus, he gained a love for the romantic West, a love that intensified as he later worked as a miner and as a Utah cattle ranch hand. He then spent 20 successful years leading in the structural and ornamental iron and steel business in Southern California, including developing frames for floats of Pasadena's Rose Parade. Along the way, however, he was intrigued by the promise of an artist's life and succumbed to the ubiquitous advertisements to earn a degree from famous artists' school, correspondence course whose messages appeared largely on matchbook covers all over the country with the participation of the famed Norman Rockwell. Years later, he sold his business, making him financially independent. He and his wife Fawn revisited the state of his birth, intrigued by Silver Reef, as romantic a town name as ever there was. They built a home and studio there, where he became a full-time artist, specializing in sculptures. Son Dolan earned a degree from this institution, went on to practice dentistry and to write a biography of his father, while son Dale took over the family wrought iron business in California. Jerry's campus contributions earned him designation as an artist in residence, as in total, there are 16 of his sculptures here. The massive Founders Monument, the Centurium, with 12 individual statues of men and women of intellect and an impressive centerpiece, and statues of Ellen Unthank and Sharwin Smith. In the community, there are Anderson statues on Main Street, founder Henry Lunt and pioneer Francis Webster, and in Veterans Park, an American soldier in Iraq. He was awarded the Medallion of the Southern Utah Honors in 1989, earned the institution's Distinguished Service Award in 1997, and today is awarded the honorary degree of Doctor of Fine Arts.
Now joining President Benson in the presentation of the degree for Jerry Anderson are SUU Trustees Vice Chair Eric Schmutz, Darrell Eves, and Provost Shauna Mendini.
I want to thank all of the staff here at SUU. They've done so much for me, and they're going to do a lot more. And I've appreciated all of the work that I've done here, and especially working with President Sherritt. And I want to thank my kids over there, Dolan, Dale, and all of them for the participation they've had. And I hope the best for you. And all I can say is just don't go out there and try something. Be somebody, but you got to be someone, you have to do better than the person sitting next to you. You have to work hard and study even more. You're going to have some hard times and some good times, but I want to wish you the best luck. Appreciate it.
Miles Killebrew is a friend to all, and his celebrated history and intensity on the field and in the classroom at SUU has served as a distinct springboard to an immensely successful career in the highest levels of American football.
Well beyond Miles Killebrew's august athletic achievements, the earnest and steady character of this 2016 Southern Utah University graduate shines through with an aura of great strength as well as a deep commitment to others. He came to the university from Henderson, Nevada, where he played prep football as a much-honored 180-pound cornerback for the Foothill Falcons. Surprisingly, SUU's scholarship offer stood alone, deepening his commitment to the university. By the time he graduated with his bachelor's degree in engineering, having excelled in classrooms and serving on the student senate, he had been selected in the annual NFL draft by the Detroit Lions and was on his way to what has become a stellar career in the league. After 5 successful years in the Motor City, he has thoroughly shined as a safety and special teams captain for the legendary Pittsburgh Steelers, renowned for hurdling his well-distributed 222 pounds with controlled fury at opposing players. Among many skills, he has especially excelled at blocking punts, having done so more than any other player or team over 5 years. He's earned a place on numerous All-Pro teams and appeared in a pair of Pro Bowl games. But the spiritual Miles is much more than just a football player. Leading both of his clubs as a union representative and serving as Pittsburgh's co-chaplain. And he balances his career with a fulfilling personal life with his wife Kayla and their 3 children. He's pursuing his private pilot's license and learning German with an eye toward the NFL's reach into that nation. Miles also demonstrates a particularly strong commitment to community service and leadership by partnering with organizations aligning with his values. He twice served as a board member of Playworks Michigan, reinforcing his dedication to youth development and community engagement. Today, he is also involved in efforts to repurpose the lives of hundreds of youth exiting the nation's justice system. Miles is captain of the Steelers Special Teams and serves as a member of the Social Justice Committee, aiding in the external allocation of more than $500,000 in funds from players each year. He prioritizes his commitment to youth development and community empowerment by working only with organizations dedicated to improving the quality of the day in the community. Indeed, Miles Killebrew has truly magnified his life as an athlete, citizen, and human being, and today stands as a truly worthy recipient of this institution's Doctorate of Public Service honoris causa.
Now joining President Benson in the presentation of the degree for Miles Killebrew are SUU Trustees Chair Jody Hart Wilson, Mike Wenkier, and Vice President Danica Suberbell.
Please welcome our 2025 commencement speaker, SUU alumnus from the class of 2016, 9-year NFL player, team captain, and all-pro player for the Steelers, Miles Killebrew.
Before I get started, can we give a round of applause for President Benson really quick? Thank you. Oh my goodness. I want to thank you for that generous introduction. I am beyond honored to be here today. I want to thank the incredible faculty, staff, both on and off stage, leaders of this community, and of course you, the unstoppable, unforgettable class of 2025. Let's give yourselves a round of applause. Come on. Come on. I thank you, President Benson. I'll thank you again. And also, I'd be remiss. I have to thank my lovely wife, both of my parents. You've been my biggest cheerleaders. I love you all. Local legend Dave Morris and Professor Greener and the rest of the engineering department. Love you guys. Now, when I sat in a seat just like this, I think it was just right over there, almost 10 years ago, I remember exactly what I was thinking. Please let this be short. I want to get out of here. I've been sitting too long already. My legs asleep. Don't worry. I got you. I'm going to keep this as short as possible. She did give me a minimum, so I have to hit that. But look, I'm going to work with you. We're going to be good. We're going to be in and out. Now, I'm heading into my 10th year in the NFL. And as I look out at this crowd, I can imagine what might be going through your heads. What could this overpaid, probably concussed prima donna, quite possibly, have to say that's worth remembering? You didn't have to laugh that hard, all right? Listen, that's a fair question. But listen, today my hope is to share just a little bit about my story, and along the way, a few lessons that might help you, not just in your careers, but in your relationships, your values, and how you show up in the world. That's my goal. So I guess I'll rewind the clock a little bit. When I was growing up in Las Vegas, I'm from Vegas too, Mr. Anderson, right behind my house was pure desert. You hop that wall, it was straight BLM land all the way to California. There was nothing out there. The landscape was dotted with mountains, and I used to love exploring and climbing them. I was that weird kid. It was fun. There was something about reaching those peaks that just felt right. It was wild. It was a little reckless. Now, this is SUU. Some of you in these open-toed sandals, I know you know what I'm talking about, climbing mountains. But listen, when I moved out here to SUU, I found a different type of mountain. You guys had fancy mountains out here. You know, they had marked trails and guard ropes. They have warning signs and permits. I mean, they were awesome. I came from this loose shale that would fall under your feet, so you'd bruise your hands and knees, and thorn brush and the occasional rattlesnake. This is what I was used to in Vegas. And this just felt safer coming out here. It was nice. It was a nice change of pace, and I was never alone. There were always people passing me on the trail. They would ask if I needed water or sunscreen. I was like, this is a nice place. It was sweet. It was humbling. Anybody ever hiked Angel's Landing or any of the Zion? Yeah. Okay. Amazing views. They're great. I remember I was on a trail one day, because why wouldn't you? You're at SUU. And I was thinking, it was just one trail to the top of the mountain. And I was thinking, why is this the only way to the top? You know, why doesn't anyone venture off and like go somewhere else? Why is this the only one? Who decided this was the best way up this mountain? And I remember thinking to my time in Vegas that there are a lot of ways to climb a mountain, right? Sure, safety has something to do with it. You go the way everyone else has gone. But it wasn't safe for the first guy who did it. The first guy who set that trail, wasn't safe for him. The truth is, you can climb any mountain, any way you want. And when you take a path that's less traveled or carve your own, yeah, it'll be harder. You'll get thorns in your shoes. You'll get funny looks. People are like, what is that guy doing? You'll get pushback. But if you make it to the top, you've just created a new way. That path is now real, and it's yours. I know that might be a silly illustration coming from a football player, but hear the truth in it. There are very few ways to critique a pioneer. If you're the first to do something, there's very few ways to critique you. Speaking of carving your own path, hi, I play special teams in the NFL. For those who are unfamiliar with football, special teams are kind of like the connective tissue of the game. Offense tries to score, defense tries to stop them, and special teams, we handle the transitions. The kickoffs, the punts, the returns, the stuff that people get up and go to the bathroom when it comes on the TV. No, these are the quiet, in-between moments of the game. They shape everything, and I've always loved it, going back to when I was a little kid. Because to me, it's the purest form of the game. Just like the desert I used to grow up in, there's fewer rules, there's more freedom. Take kickoff, for example. It's me and 10 other guys. Well, kicker doesn't really do anything. 9 other guys. And we're lined up, and the second that ball is kicked, back in the day, used to just take off like a stampede, full speed, dodging blockers like it's D-Day, you know, and you're chasing this one guy, he's running like he stole something, and it's fun, it's archaic, it's chaotic, it's beautiful. I really loved it. You know, it was simple. But here's the thing, in the NFL and the National Football League, at the highest level, special teams is often viewed as a stepping stone, kind of like med school residencies or being a paralegal, you know, an assistant. It's something you do on the way to something better. That's how it's viewed in where I'm at. Why? It's simple. It's numbers. I'm not going to bore you, but there's only 47 guys who suit up on my team on game day. You got 22 starters, offense and defense. If everyone has a backup, you have a punter, a kicker, and a long snapper, you're out of spots. That's it. That's the whole roster. So who plays special teams? I'll give you a hint. It ain't the $100 million quarterback. That guy's not doing it, right? And so who's left? It's rookies. It's young people entering the workforce, right? You're trying to prove that you belong. You have to do this. This is a path you have to take. And there's vets who are trying to prove that they still got what it takes, so sometimes they're on special teams. I was one of the rookies, though. At one point, when I first got drafted, I was that guy. No one had to ask me to do it because I loved it already. I've been doing it my whole life. Now stay with me. I'll bring it home. One day, I was studying, when I got drafted to Detroit, shortly after I got drafted there, I was studying kickoff. And my safeties coach, because I got drafted as a safety, he stops me and he says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm breaking down kickoff film." And he looked at me and he shook his head. He said, "Guy, you should be studying defense. Special teams is good for now, right? But it's meant to be temporary. Sure, you can play special teams for like 10 years, but you'll be making peanuts. Study defense, become the starter, make millions of dollars, become a household name." Now, I'm going to tell you something. I stopped listening to that man as soon as he said I could play for 10 years. Listen, I graduated with an engineering degree. I understand math pretty well, and I knew that most of these guys are out of the league before they even get to year 2. The league average is like 1.8. The injury rate is 100%. And that 10-year supply of peanuts, I mean, yeah, you account for taxes, it's still pretty nice. So I was like, you know what, guy, I hear you. It didn't have the effect that he had hoped for. I leaned into special teams, and listen, the Lord allowed me to carve out my own path. I pulled from everywhere. I pulled techniques from D linemen, soccer players, MMA fighters. Eventually, I carved out a niche. It was blocking punts. Now, it sounds silly, it sounds trivial, but one blocked punt can change a game. I mean, it has the single most determining rate of percentage for a team winning the game of anything that you can do in the league. It's really exhilarating. I could go on and on about it, but you guys don't care. What most people call luck, I treat it like craft. I study it. I hunt for it. I prey on the rookie who's too eager and the vet who's too proud. And even if they see it coming, they're facing over 15 years of experience and hunger. I've climbed this mountain so many times I could do it in my sleep. And because of that, I'm able to climb other mountains, right? Mountains of service and philanthropy, mountains of fatherhood, mentorship, marriage mountain. Now, that one gets a little foggy sometimes, but listen, the views are great. Other hikers I see climbing that mountain, I just tell them on the way down, make sure you pack the apology bars. They come in handy. Now, listen, I don't want you to hear what I'm saying and think, okay, I can't dream big. No. Dream big. Be the quarterback, please. By all means, be the CEO, be the name on the building. But don't forget, some of the most meaningful impact comes from the roles that don't get the spotlight. There's honor in doing the work that no one else wants to do. There's greatness in being consistent and being dependable and showing up, not just when it's flashy, but when it's quiet. Because life isn't going to always feel like a highlight reel. It's not supposed to, right? Most of it is the in-between moments, just like special teams, the transitions, the uncertain phases, the parts where you're not quite sure what's next. But if you show up with heart, with humility, and with the courage to carve your own way up the mountain, you'll find purpose. And often you'll find success. Thank you. Love you. I just realized these are red, terrible towels. This is awesome. I love you guys.
We offer our congratulations and thank you to Jerry Anderson and to Miles Killebrew. Thank you for your remarkable life of service to SUU. Our Thunder Towel salute, I'm glad you finally caught on. Our Thunder Towel salute was an SUU twist to the Steelers' iconic terrible towel in honor of Dr. Killebrew's achievement on and off the field. Dr. Anderson and Dr. Killebrew, we offer each of you a warm welcome to the Thunderbird family as honorary doctoral degree recipients. You can learn more about our honorary degree recipients by visiting page 10 in your program. And now I invite Interim Provost Shauna Mandini, Southern Utah University's Chief Academic Officer, to the podium to make your graduation official.
The Utah Board of Higher Education has authorized Associate of Arts, Associate of Pre-Engineering, Associate of Science, and Associate of Applied Science degrees, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and Bachelor of Science degrees, as well as master's degree programs in accountancy, athletic training, arts administration, business administration, business analytics, cybersecurity, and information assurance education, fine arts, interdisciplinary studies, music education, music technology, nursing, professional communication, public administration, and sports conditioning and performance at Southern Utah University. Would the candidates for graduation with associate's degrees please rise? Upon fulfilling all the requirements for the associate degree, you have the recommendation of the faculty that you be graduated. By virtue of the authority delegated by the Utah Board of Higher Education, I confer upon you the appropriate associate degree in your field of study. You may be seated. Would the candidates for graduation with bachelor's degrees please rise? Upon fulfilling all the requirements for the bachelor's degree, you have the recommendation of the faculty that you be graduated. By virtue of the authority delegated by the Utah Board of Higher Education, I confer upon you the appropriate bachelor degree in your field of study. You may be seated. Would the candidates for graduation with master's degrees please rise? Upon fulfilling all the requirements for the master's degree, you have the recommendation of the faculty that you be graduated. By virtue of the authority delegated by the Utah Board of Higher Education, I confer upon you the appropriate master's degree in your field of study. You may be seated. Please join me in giving all the graduates a round of applause.
Congratulations, it is official. At this time, I would like to extend a sincere congratulations to all of you. I now invite our alumni president to the podium, Katie Winkier, from the class of 2008, to welcome you to the ranks of SUU alumni.
Congratulations, graduates. Look at you. Your gowns are on, your tassels are ready, your family and friends and loved ones are all here cheering you on. This is your moment. And as your alumni president, it is my honor. And let's be honest, my absolute joy to welcome you to the SUU alumni family. And since I'm the last speaker, and now I know how Miles was back in the day, I know what you're all thinking. We love inspiration, but we're ready to move these tassels. I hear you. So I'll make this short, meaningful, and hopefully a little fun. With that, we're gonna try something, guys. They put me last for a reason, I guess. But graduates, I want you to stretch out your arms with me as far as you can. You're all pretty close. Maybe don't start rubbing the person in front of you, but sorry. Okay, I want you to think of this as you and SUU, okay? Now, before you came to SUU, you had a lot to learn. You had a lot of growing still to do. So point those thumbs upside down. And then, follow me, you came to SUU. Combine them together, link them together, and you began your journey of learning, seeking out your how. How to think critically, how to work hard when no one was watching, how to lead a team, write a paper, build a business, solve a problem, teach a child, crunch the numbers, change a tire, and maybe even change a life. But today is the day your next chapter begins. So I want you to take those thumbs that are pointing down, and I want you to twist them until they're pointing up. Did it work for you? Don't worry, don't worry. I think it might work once we do the tassel thing. It's okay. But this little trick of mine introduces you to the next chapter of life that I like to call wow. The world needs your wow, your ideas, your passion, your creativity, and your kindness. The world needs you to show up, and not just with a resume. You learned how to keep going when things got hard, whether it was from that brutal exam or the freezing Cedar City wind, or running out of money halfway through the semester. You found your how hiking the sea trail, pulling the all-nighters, or procrastinating, sitting on the grass with your friends, or walking through campus on a really tough day, wondering if you could do it. But guess what? You did, and you are here. Now it is your turn to go show the world your wow. Some of you will go on to invent things, teach others, heal people, build communities, make art, lead companies, start a family, change the world. And some of your biggest wow moments won't show up on LinkedIn. They'll happen in the quiet things. Being brave when it's hard. Showing compassion when it's unpopular. Lifting someone else when they feel small. You've got all the tools. SUU gave you your how. Now the world needs you. So go give it your wow. Go out there. Live big, dream wild, fail forward, laugh often. And when you do something amazing, and I promise you, you will, remember where your journey started. Right here on this campus, where the wind blows hard, but the T-bird pride beats harder. From this day forward, you are an SUU alumnus. Be proud of that. Wherever life takes you, I hope that you will continue to wear red on Fridays. Cheer on your T-birds. Visit national parks, vote in elections, come home for homecoming. And maybe, like I like to do, you can bring your kids with you and rub President Sherritt's head at the library for good luck. Because help me out here, guys. Once a T-bird, always a T-bird. That's right. Class of 2025, will you all stand up? Now, I have one last request. Will you turn to the person to your right, look them in the eye, and give them a high five? And don't forget the person on your left. Remember, you did not get here on your own, and you are never alone. You have a purpose, your wow, and it should never be kept to yourself. So are we ready for this? Okay, parents, loved ones, pull out your cameras or your tissues, whatever you need most right now. Graduates, grab your tassel, make sure it starts on the right. As you all move it, you're so prepared. We'll move it over together on the count of 3, and I better hear a thunderous cheer. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Loves a T-bird? Now go show the world your wow.
Oh, these moments are the best, and you all make me so happy. Graduates, please know that your friends at SUU have a great love for you. We look forward to rejoicing in your successes, and we wish you the very best in life. We will be right here every step of the way, cheering you on. Congratulations. You may be seated. Thank you to all who have participated in these exercises. Steve Meredith, our voice, and special thanks to the many people and the executive events team who make Commencement possible, from the Commencement Committee, the Alumni Office, and the team behind these ceremonies, to the facilities team, and hundreds in between. Everybody plays a role in making this happen. Graduates, will you please take a minute and stand and applaud your family, friends, faculty, and staff that have helped you. With that, this evening's ceremony stands adjourned, and you are graduates of Southern Utah University. We'll see you back here tomorrow to officially receive your degree. Congratulations.
Please stand and remain at your seats as the platform guests recess from the event center.